Hey, you got time for a beer? I know I do. Welcome to my show. My name's Jake. It's Thursday, which means I got a new beer for you. Don't forget you can find me on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, all at tubajake_69. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. I like to tell them. I'll tell yours if you want. If you don't, that's cool. I still like to hear them. Makes me a better person and lets me know you better. The beer I've got for you today is Nunchuck Jackwagon by Dimes Brewhouse down in Dimondale, Michigan. I've never had this one before, so I have absolutely no idea what it's like. It says it's an IPA, 5.5% ABV, so it's in the range of the alcohol content that I like. Nice and light. Should be a good one. Let's get it going. All right. Ooh. Supposed to drink these as fresh as possible. This one was canned on 11/22, so pretty fresh. The head on this is going pretty good. Dimes beer, Dimes glass. That's how it's supposed to be, right? They do lots of good stuff down there. Worth checking out if you haven't before. You're gonna get all kinds of stuff in the bottom from the bottom of this. I know it. I don't want it. But the head on this is really nice. I don't know if you can tell. It's got a really good dome on it. And I don't want to not drink the rest of this. And I'll come back to it. All right, so it's an IPA. By the clarity of it, I'm going to say that it's probably a West Coast IPA, which means it should be a little bit piney, maybe some stone fruit notes in there. Sometimes you'll get it with a little bit of pineapple. A really nice one yesterday that was kind of like that. It smells really good. Man, it's crisp. Nice and light mouthfeel. I like that a lot. That'll work. What's it supposed to be? It's an IPA, so it's going to be a little bit bitter, and it is, but it's delicious. I'm trying to place that. I mean, it tastes like hops, like pretty much just straight up hops. There's a little bit of a sweetness to it. The back end, a little bit of a caramel, maybe. I mean, it tastes like malted barley, so that's probably what that flavor is, but a little bit of caramel, but light. Does this remind me of a beer? It does, actually. Like the very first time that I ever had a Two-Hearted, I thought, this is amazing. And this is amazing. I like this a lot. It's a completely different flavor for a beer, but it tastes like beer. I guess that's good, right? Oh, good. I was a little bit worried about the, when I took those first few drinks, I was worried about the lacing on it because it wasn't leaving anything. I guess we just needed to get rid of the head. So that happened. There are any other ones like Sierra Nevada, their pale ale reminds me a little bit of that. This is probably a little bit more bitter than that, which is fine. How did they market this one? As an IPA. So for the most part, from what I've seen, Imperial implies like a doubling of ingredients. So it's generally the stuff that you're going to be making alcohol with. So you're going to end up with like an 8% by volume beer. This one's only 5.5. So it's not that. It must be that they added in more hops. Unless they really actually meant pale ale, and IPA just looks and markets better than a pale ale. Although Dale's does really well in a can. It's a good one too. It's not like this. This one's better. It's probably fresher than what I get from Dale's, because I mean, I live in the middle of Michigan and they're not in the middle of Michigan, whereas Dime's middle of Michigan. Does this remind me of a story? Something that's appropriate? I don't know. The weird thing is, this reminds me of Boy Scout camp. It's a very summer. This beer should be enjoyed in the summertime. It's so light and so crisp, and it tastes like, well, it doesn't taste like a campfire. It tastes like something you drink by a campfire. It tastes like something you'd drink sitting on the side of a hill in the middle of a disc golf course after you've just gone through another 6 beers. Like, oh, we've got these 2 left. We should sit down and enjoy the last of them before we continue on and try to sober up. Yeah, it tastes a lot like that. It's good. What does this remind me of, though? This, and I don't know why this comes to mind, but it reminds me of a time when my brother and I decided to take a couple of friends out and go and have a campfire out at our first year camper overnight area. Now, we didn't have anything else to do out there. There weren't going to be people out there. I want to say that there were like Cub Scouts and football players on the property at that point in time. We were closing down. My brother was in charge of stuff, so he had keys that would unlock most of the locks on camp. So when we came in through the north gate, which is not anywhere close to the rest of camp. So we drove the van in through North Camp out to where the path overnighter was, and started making a fire. There's a lot of really good wood out there, just piled up all over the place. I don't know why it's like that, but there's like big piles of sticks just out and around that have been sitting there for years and years. There are not as many of those anymore because I told the scouts, those make good kindling, tinder, kindling. Go grab those, get your fire started, and then you can throw on the bigger stuff that you can haul over, cut in the axe yard, the monster axe yard, because I had a banner from my Boy Scout troop because we sold Coke products for a year, and Monster Energy, we sold those too. So we had the Monster banner, and I got that, which was very cool for an axe yard. There were a bunch of those little, well, 10, 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, not 10, 11, 12, 13 sometimes year olds that really dug that. So we went out and we got like a 30 box, and the 4 of us sat around and had a campfire and drank, and it was super fun. And then the youngest one of us fell asleep in the camp chair that he insisted upon having, and the rest of us finished drinking, made sure he got up and got back to camp, because we walked through camp, and then went back and picked up in the morning. By we picked up, I mean Greg and Will and myself went and picked up in the morning, and then drove everything back because we weren't going to have a pathfire, which generally consisted of pallets, wooden pallets. There's a place up near Claire that gives them away because they're broken. They put them out to be thrown away, and we'd go in, and about every Wednesday night, we'd grab them, put them in the back of the van, bring them back to camp at the end of the night. A 10 pallet fire is a pretty good fire. Great for cooking on after about an hour, not even an hour. 45 minutes, dies right down. Like, it's gigantic, like huge, like 15-foot flames. And then after 45 minutes, it's down to nothing. No, that's not true. It's down to coals. And there were a lot of coals in that fire pit. A lot of coals. Even after we dug it out, still a lot of coals. Camp's so much fun. But yeah, this reminds me of camp. Pretty good stuff. All right, I've got a quote for you. This one is from Frank Sinatra, old Blue Eyes himself. He said, "The best revenge is massive success." I mean, he's probably right. And if you fail at something once, somebody tells you you can't do it, just get better at it. It takes time. Keep trying. The trying's the fun part, so keep trying. All right, don't forget, you can find me at tubajake_69 on Untapped, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Tell me your stories. I like to hear them. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so that other people can hear these stories too. It's super fun. I like doing this. I'm going to keep doing it, but I like more people to hear. It's kind of neat when, you know, somebody's like, hey, it's a minor celebrity. Seen him on YouTube. It's great. Anyway, I'll catch you next time when you got time for a beer.